You see, I got something here that you don't ever want to turn down. I got something for your mind, your body, and your soul. Every day of my life. Every day of my life. Every day of my life. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Come on and get you some more. I don't want to ever get married to anybody else but you, baby. You hear what I'm saying? You hear where I'm coming from? It's not over. It's not over between you and me. Hey, hey. Only baby, 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 baby. It's not over. It's not over. Baby, 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 baby. It's not over.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Radio 2 Funky, or visit our website radio2funky.co.uk.
The way you touch me, the way you hold me, the way you squeeze me, the way you love me. touch me, the way you hold me, the way you squeeze me, the way you love me. You got my temperature rising, so hot. You got my temperature rising, so hot. You got my temperature rising. Don't wanna come down. Hey, hey, you got my temperature rising, so hot. You got my temperature rising. Hey, hey, you got my temperature rising, so hot. You got my temperature rising.
Hello and welcome back to the Beats Rising show on Radio 2 Funky 95 FM with myself, Rachel Rodriguez. I am going to be here with you for the next 2 hours, bringing you some of the best house music around. I just want to say thank you to Georgia for keeping us entertained for the last 2 hours with her show. She will be back at the same time next week, so you can join her again then. So I've got loads coming up on the show for you today. I've got a great show planned out for you. So we're going to kick things off as always with music motivation, and then after that I have a guest today, yay, and you'll probably know him. He is Paul Lewis. So he's going to come in and he's going to tell us all about his DJing, his favourite tracks, what DJing was like in Leicester when he first started playing, and all good things like that. So loads of things that we're going to chat about, so make sure you join in us then. He's going to be on at around about 8:30. So after that I'm going to go into the mix, so that'll be 30 minutes of non-stop house music vibes, and then at the end I have got some new music coming up as well, so make sure you're keeping it locked all the way till the end of the show, because you're not going to want to miss that either. So much good stuff coming up for you, and it is all coming up after this. It is Sign It. This is by Damien Turret and Club Soda and Pierce Bringer.
I know you're crazy as hell. But I sign it, baby. Yeah. I sign it. Baby, I sign it. Oh, I sign it. Baby, I sign it. You knock me out. There ain't no doubt. You're the finest thing I've seen. Girl, you are to me and I sign it. The way you love me there. I reflect 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 the way you love me there. Yes, I know you're crazy. But I sign it, baby. Yes, I know you're crazy. But I sign it, baby. Yes, I know you're crazy. Yes, I know you're crazy. But I sign it, baby. But I love you. Yes, I know you're crazy. I love you. The way you love me, I sign it. I reflect the way you love me. I sign it. I reflect the way you love me. I sign it. I reflect the way you love me. I sign it. I reflect the way you love me. I sign it.
On 95 FM, on DAB, and online at radio2funky.co.uk.
How you guys feeling tonight?
Leicester's black music and arts station, Radio 2 Funky.
So we are going to go into music motivation. So these are just a few tracks to get you pumped and ready for your week. So the first track we're gonna go in with is To Be Real. This is Lee Foss and Cheryl Lynn and Wookie as well. I knew there was someone else on that track as well. Yes, this is a great track. So our next track in music motivation is Tight Condition. So I've been playing this for a couple of weeks now. It's a track from DJ SKT, DJ UK, I think, and King Perry. So yes, I'm liking this track and it's great for music motivation as well.
confirmation. Say wash it in the eye, mission away. To get I want a big plantation. Step on the back, me a full lotion. I'm style, so me not need promo. What's done on the go wine for me, baby? This a back, it's a big foundation. She want put me for tight condition. 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 Tight condition, tight condition, tight condition. She let me know to shoot it. Me no need confirmation. Say wash it in the eye, mission away. To get I want a big plantation. Step on the back, me a full lotion. I'm style, so me not need promo. What's done on the go wine for me, baby? This a back, it's a big foundation. She want put me for tight condition. 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 Ayo, esa vega es ayo. Me cago en la voz. She need it ayo. Esa vega es ayo. Me cago en la voz. She need it ayo. She let me know to shoot it. Me no need confirmation. Say wash it in the eye, mission away. To get I want a big plantation. Step on the back, me a full lotion. I'm style, so me not need promo. What's done on the go wine for me, baby? This a back, it's a big foundation. She want put me for tight condition. 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 Ayo, esa vega es ayo. Me cago en la voz. She need it ayo. Esa vega es ayo. Me cago en la voz. She need it ayo. She want put me for tight condition. 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 Tight condition, tight condition. She let me know to shoot it. Me no need confirmation. Say wash it in the eye, mission away. To get I want a big plantation. Step on the back, me a full lotion. I'm style, so me not need promo. What's done on the go wine for me, baby? This a back, it's a big foundation. She want put me for tight condition. 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 She let me know to shoot it. Me no need confirmation. Say wash it in the eye, mission away. To get I want a big plantation. Step on the back, me a full lotion. I'm style, so me not need promo. What's done on the go wine for me, baby? This a back, it's a big foundation. She want put me for tight condition. 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 She want put me for tight condition.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Radio 2 Funky, or visit our website radio2funky.co.uk.
So our next track coming up in Music Motivation is Kilo. So this is by the Martinez brothers, but this is the Nick Leon remix.
De cabrona que perra me siento, a los cueros me le vengo adentro. Tengo puches del bloque contento, en el punto me hizo monumento. Estoy sacando a pasear a mi perra, mete money, no fuma hierba. Ella es loca, a veces tiene un tatu, dice quiero un kilo. La llevé pa' Miami de noche, le di shot de tequila en el porche. Rolling pa' que la nota se note y que me lo mame pa' que no se achoche. Mi perra no habla, ella ladra, cuando ve los ciplos se cuadra. Le entrego pa' que ella la abra y la desaparece, abracadabra. Magia, ciplo, abracadabra. Ciplo, truco de magia. Ciplo, abracadabra. Quiero un kilo. Ya me lo vacilo. Quiero un kilo. Ya me lo vacilo.
So our last track in Music Motivation is Asking. This is by MK, Sonny Federa and Clementine Douglas. This is the Joshua remix though.
Radio 2 Funky.
News. Welcome to Radio 2 Funky Newsbeat, your source for the latest headlines. Our first story takes us to an exciting event celebrating Black History Month. Serendipity UK is hosting Rum and Punch and Poets, a gathering to honour the rich cultural expressions of Black joy on October the 1st at 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. The monthly AA Records Fair returns on the 1st of October from 9 a.m. at the Leicester Market, featuring over 25 traders from various regions offering a diverse selection of records. Expect to find vinyl, CDs, DVDs, and even rock and pop memorabilia. A powerful theatrical production called Better Together Windrush Show at the Curve Theatre is set to happen on Wednesday, the 5th of October. This show pays homage to the Windrush generation and their contributions to British society. Tickets can be purchased online at the Curve Theatre website. Traders at Leicester Market have welcomed £7.5 million in plans to redevelop the market area. But traders are concerned the revamp might have come too late for them. The changes include a new roof and 84 new lockable stores to tackle antisocial behaviour. Work on the redevelopment is planned to start next month. In the world of music, Press Start is set to kick off from Tuesday the 24th of October to the 12th of December 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. This event promises to be a haven for musicians, producers and MCs. 2 Funky Arts are looking for volunteers aged 16 plus from across the Midlands to help them research the history of UK record shops that specialised in black music since the 1950s. For more information, you should contact info@twofunkyarts.co.uk. Leicester's National Space Centre has been recognised as one of the world's top visitor attractions. The city attraction has been given a Traveller's Choice Award from TripAdvisor. The National Space Centre is in good company as other award-winning attractions in the category include Basilica de la Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, the Colosseum in Rome, and the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam. For the weather, expect a mix of showers, occasional heavy rain, and the short periods of dry weather. Temperatures are expected to be near or slightly above average with mild nights. This has been Sandra for Radio 2 Funky Newsbeat.
Radio 2 Funky
News.
So I am here with Paul Lewis. Hey Paul, how's it going?
I'm okay, thank you. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, I can hear you. So thank you for coming in and joining me on my show. You are obviously a regular here anyway on Radio 2 Funky, but I thought it'd be good to get you in because we like to have a little bit of house knowledge on this show, and I know that you've got all the knowledge, so we just want to have a little bit of a learning experience here as well on the show. So thanks for coming in. So what we're going to do while Paul's here, we're going to have a little chat about sort of clubs in Leicester, house music from when he first started playing. He's also going to tell us a little bit about his favourite tracks and some about his favourite tracks as well. So as we go along through our little chat. So first of all, how long have you been DJing for, Paul?
This year will be, or is, my 40th year.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So you've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, I started in youth club. I'm originally from Smethwick, Birmingham. So I started in a youth club more as not as a DJ as such, but as a selector. My friend had a turntable. This is how innovative we were back those days. He had a turntable, and it wasn't a Technics, it was just a standard home turntable, and a ghetto blaster. In those days, the ghetto blasters could be used as multifunctional. So you could have an auxiliary in, and you could do all sorts with a ghetto blaster. So you turn it, you could plug things or add things to it. And that's what he did. He didn't have a mixer, and he'd play a record, and then once the record finished, it switched to cassette, and when that cassette finished, it switched to record, and that's how he did it. So we selected music between us, and that's how I started. This was in Smethwick in '83, before I left there to come here.
It definitely seems a lot harder than how it would be for us on the CDJs now to sort of do your mixes and things.
Yeah, it's 100%. I think when you're younger, you tend to be creative.
Yeah.
You just make things work, and it sounds good. You didn't know any better. Whatever we played sounded great.
Yeah.
People are into that because we were too young to go clubs at that time, and some of my friends that used to go there, were a couple of years older than us, were venturing out to clubs, and we'd get some music knowledge from them. And we'd go to the shops and buy those tunes. We were passionate about buying music. They were passionate about going out clubbing. That was the age difference. Couple of years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, that makes it really interesting as well. So where was your favourite place to go? And so obviously you said you were from Birmingham. So when you actually came to Leicester, where was your favourite place to go to listen to house music in Leicester?
Well, let's start from a little story from the beginning. It sort of started
And for me as a DJ, I cut my teeth in Leicester, I would have to say, more so than I did in Birmingham, because I gained all the experience and knowledge that I got through various people that I hung out with when I came here. I learned a lot from the people that came here when I came to Leicester. So I have to give props to Derek, Crip, the likes of Malcolm, the likes of his brother Paul. Who else can I name? There's quite a few. Ernest Payne, I'd say top of the bill, aka Zircon, Assassin, R.I.P. He's now gone. He was the one that introduced me into playing into the sound system, and that was at Spectrum. So Spectrum for me was where my DJing career sort of took off. And from there, the venues that we used to go to hear house music is what we created ourselves.
Yeah.
So I would say if we weren't playing or creating anything ourselves, like Spectrum was a place where we first did the so-called warehouse parties. That would be around 86, 87.
Yeah.
But we used to go to Leicester Graham Park at the fan club. You know, a fan club, as you know, is still here. But that used to be a what's it called? An indie club.
Yeah.
But on Wednesday night, you could hear house music fused with soul, hip hop. It was just everything that was played. It was a melting pot. It wasn't just house music at the time. And whenever we put our own events on, we used to go to, I think it was Painted Lady, I believe. There's a venue at the top of London Road, which I can't remember, but on the left, just before Evington Road, we used to go there on a midweek on a Wednesday. Legends, which is now shut. It's above the Exchange. You know where the Exchange is?
Yeah.
That used to be a nightclub up there called Legends.
All right.
We didn't get many people, but when we used to do events there, they used to let us use the events for free. And we get, you know, the Leicester posse, there'd be about 30, 40 of us strong.
Yeah.
And we'd be dancing or jacking, as it was called back then. But moving forward into time, I would say one of the favourite venues, especially when it came to much more underground house music, would be the White Room, which is now demolished, which is on the same side as Phoenix, the old Phoenix Arts Centre now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... it's called something else now. Forgive me because I can't remember. I think the Sue Townsend Centre, but before that it was the White Room. That was a venue that used to get a person by the name of Paul Trouble Anderson. He's another legend that's now passed away. Another venue that I used to go to was Flame of Colossus. That was a regular on a Saturday. You know, you go there and hear house music. Some of it would be more dance than house, and some of it would be more underground, you know, depending on what DJs they had on.
Yeah.
And industrial as what it became before it shut. The last time I remember going there, I saw Grandmaster Flash playing there.
Oh, really?
And he played a lot of music. His music was across the board. He'd take you on a journey from hip hop to soul, even in house music, because not people weren't expecting him to drop house music. Because I remember playing in Mars Bar, which is now shut, another venue. Finished there at 2:00, and I went there with 2 albums for him to sign.
Yeah.
You know, people who knew me let me in, and then I waited for him to finish the set, and he signed both the albums. That was the one and only time I met Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah. That's an amazing experience to meet him.
Gosh, yeah, it was less. I would say, I mean, you know, it's Leicester's horses for courses. You know, when you're young, you say Leicester was the place to be, and probably a lot of people who are young will say Leicester's a brilliant place to be. But I've seen venues come and go.
Yeah.
And at that time, Leicester was really vibing and buzzing. I mean, you saw the hidden exhibition in Leicester, the hidden club scene. It was like that. There was a lot of things. Leicester night out started from, I think, from what I remember when I was here anyway. People say it started earlier. I think Leicester's night out started from Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it went right through till Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Monday was like the day of rest, and then it started again.
Yeah.
There's always somewhere to go for the music that you enjoyed, whether it be a small club or a large club. There's always somewhere to go in Leicester. So Leicester was quite vibrant, and no doubt it is vibrant now.
Yeah.
But not for the likes of myself who want to hear a particular style of music.
Yeah. So let's get into your first track. So do you want to tell us a bit about your first track, and then I'm going to play that for you as well?
Well, Kenny Lattimore is an R&B artist, R&B sort of neo soul artist. Now, back in '98, he released an album called Soul of Man, and when the track first played, a lot of people sort of enjoyed it. But then New York and Soul, aka Masters at Work, and I know you're aware of them, re-released it with a soulful house style, New York style house style mix, and it was produced by Masters at Work, taken from the album The Soul of Man, and that was the lead track, which was released back in '98.
So yeah, that's a really nice track. I'm loving that one. So the next question I want to ask you, so you've already mentioned, 'cause I was going to say what is a few of the other DJs that were playing during sort of when you first started playing, but you have mentioned a few of the DJs already. Was there any others that you can think of in Leicester that was sort of playing house music and things like that?
Yes, T Baron, Jeff Allen, OJ, Kim De Silva, Crip, Derek the Strange One, my buddy, my brother my musical brother, part of Classic Groove. There's Master Safe. There's JFK. That Master Safe. If you've not seen him, you know what I mean. You may not like the style of music, but when he plays, he's just animated. He's just brilliant to watch.
Yeah.
He started off with turntables like most of the names I've mentioned. Tony, I can never say his name, so forgive me, Tony. Mini Real. He's a jazz DJ, but he introduced me to a couple of house tunes because I tend to listen to other DJs as well, not just house music DJs. Got recent the DJ that's now playing a little bit of soulful house. You've got D Crime. He's a hip hop DJ. He's also playing house music. There's quite a few DJs that have come and gone.
Yeah.
That played house music. There's so many to mention. I have to look at the list of DJs that have come and gone or have retired. Oh yes, we got NYNC projects. Nick Corelli and Mark Younghead.
Yeah.
They became really big in the early noughties, late 90s or early noughties. They used to work at HMV, and then they started. They released a track or covered a track, which went top 40. Yeah, it was in the noughties, and then they became. They were traveling all over the world DJing and producing. They even had an essential mix on.
Oh really?
On that well-known BBC station. So they even had an essential mix, and they hailed from Leicester.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of DJs that have
a lot
come
of
from
talent.
Leicester. Oh gosh, yeah, that have left Leicester and made it big elsewhere. I mean, the likes of Schoolboy. I know he dabbles in house music as well, and he's a R&B soul, stroke future soul, neo soul DJ as well.
Yeah. So, have you got a favourite event that you've played at?
Once again, I'd say the humble beginnings of Spectrum. We did our own warehouse parties. We named our events, and it weren't just playing house music at the time because we mixed it up as Leicester did, called Time Zone, and that was the concept of that was created by Derek. I have to give him props again. White Rooms was definitely there. Starlight 2000, when they put in events on as well, that was also an event or a venue to go to. The Bear Cage as well, that was in the 80s. As I mentioned, the White Room. I just really can't think of it. Oh yes, 39 Steps. Yeah, as a venue, it's not as a club, but as a venue that played house music, dance music. OJ and DJ and many as well. He was the owner and he DJ'd too. On a Friday and Saturday, that was the place to be. The queues to get in that venue were long. And then when I got into the certain bar scene, even though I was playing commercial dance music at the time, I used to play at a place called the Bank, which became the Goose. It's a pub in town. Yeah. And when I started playing there, I did it as a cover because this other DJ was working elsewhere, but he allowed me to cover his slot. I became a resident there, but a resident cover. So whenever he wasn't working, I'd have that night off. But most of the time I'd work there, and I introduced people that like their dance music into my style of house music. So I played a fusion of dance, commercial, and house. And, as people call it, mashups then. I used to do all sorts of crazy stuff. This is on vinyl and CDs. I used to do all sorts of stuff. Things that just come to me randomly, like a cappella onto something else, just creating music on the fly. Never recorded it, just did it there and then. Yeah. And that was one of the venues. And Mars Bar was another venue that I introduced my style of house music there, playing like deep soulful house. But not in a real deep, in a slow sense. More, I played it at the club tempo because people liked it up tempo. So at that time, funky house was a thing, and a lot of DJs that were into the soulful house hated that word or that phrase, funky house, because it sounded a bit more commercial. Yeah, but it was just a happier type of deep soulful house music. Yeah, hands in the air, sort of hand clapping, that sort of thing. and that was the thing that used to do. That was the only venue at that time was playing that kind of music on the weekend that I was aware of.
Yeah.
I was right in the middle of it, and I was there for 5 years, from 2000 to 2005.
Yeah.
Before it shut and then reopened.
Oh. So do you want to tell us about the next track that you're going to play, and a little bit about it as well?
Well, the next track I'm going to play is Joe Ventura, Keep Dancing, which features Michael Gray. Now, those of you that like your house music and like it deep and soulful will understand what I mean. When you hear it, it's not banging house, it's not hard house, but on the house scene, it's just tough. It's just a tougher type of house music. Now, Joe Ventura has been DJing for over 30 years, and he's a remix and producer, worked with the likes of Robert Owens and Victor Simonelli, to name but a few. I believe this is a cover version anyway, but when you hear it, you know, you'll think, yeah, this is a thing. So this is Joe Ventura, Keep Dancing, Michael Gray, which was released in June this year.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Radio 2 Funky, or visit our website radio2funky.co.uk.
Don't miss the return of the dancehall rock star, Skang. Skang is back in Birmingham, live. For one exclusive date, Saturday, 30th of September at the Forum in Birmingham, B47LS. Live, plus special guests and top DJs from 9 p.m. till 2 a.m. Get your tickets now online from dice.fm or from all usual outlets. Skang, dancehall's rock star, live, Saturday, 30th of September at the Forum in Birmingham.
I Love the 90s Halloween Special. Saturday, 28th of October 2023 at the 2 Funky Music Cafe, 23A New Park Street, Leicester, LE3. Doors 10:30 till 4 a.m. I Love the 90s, R&B, dancehall, UK garage, club classics and Halloween anthems. DJs, Attish, Black Vinyl Magic, Glamour, KMS and Lady Envy. Early bird tickets £3 and £5 standard via skiddle.com or more on the door. Fancy dress or your Halloween outfits are welcome. Best dressed goodie bags given away all night. Come and get a super night of 90s music, taking you back, playing all your favourites on the dance floor. For more information and future events, visit 2funkycomplex.co.uk. I Love the 90s Halloween Special.
Punch Record presents Jamaica Songbird, the amazing Romain Virgo live. Romain Virgo live with his band plus full support on Friday, October 27th at the 2 Funky Cafe, 23 New Park Street, Leicester. Get your tickets now from all usual outlets or available online from dice.fm. Don't miss Romain Virgo, the Love Doctor live. Friday, October 27th at the 2 Funky Cafe, New Park Street, Leicester.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Radio 2 Funky, or visit our website radio2funky.co.uk.
So we're back. If you're only just joining us, this is the Beats Rising show with myself, Rachel Rodriguez, and Paul Lewis is also here as my guest today. So we've just been talking about house music clubs in Leicester and things like that so far, and we've heard a couple of Paul's favourite tracks. I'm just going to talk about a little bit about sort of house music now. So do you feel that house music's changed a lot now to the earlier days, and do you like it? Do you like where house music's going?
Yes, I'm a big fan and a believer of keeping the scene going, keep pushing new music forward. It is okay to reflect on tracks that have gone by, because as a DJ, unless you're going to a venue that wants 100% new music, you're always going to flavour your set with some classics.
Yeah.
Even some of the well-known DJs will throw a few classics in as well as the new stuff. So for me, house music has evolved. Production's got better. It's a lot quicker. It's a lot cleaner. When house music started in, my first house track was back in '85, but I believe I've read somewhere there's a house track called On and On and On and On, which was released in '83, which I've never seen, but only on YouTube. It was just almost stripped bare. It was almost like you've gone in your bedroom and knocked a few pans together. Not being disrespectful,
yeah.
But if you listen to the production then compared to now, like with all things, music's always evolving. So house music is 100% better now than it was back then in the 80s. In the 80s, it was like stripped bare. It was mainly percussion driven or beats driven, with a few stabs here or there of vocals and horns and things like that. And then when Marshall Jefferson came along, I know there's people before him, but just let's draw the line. When Marshall Jefferson came along and introduced piano to house music, changed the game. House music's first number one was in this country anyway was Jackie Body.
Yeah.
That was the first one. Which proved that house music needed to have a vocal to evolve. The first house track that went in the top 40 was Daryl Pandy and I think it's James Hill, I can't remember, but Daryl Pandy on vocals anyway, with Farley Jack Master Funk. That's it. With Love, Farley Jack Master Funk and Daryl Pandy, Love Can't Turn Around. And I tell you what, I met my idol. I actually played on the same gig with him at 39 Steps.
Oh yeah.
Oh, brilliant! He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. And he did a speech about when and it says, and and Jack had a groove. That speech. He'd done that speech, and people just totally lost it. And from there, he just took them on that journey.
Yeah.
But going back to your question, then house music then started to evolve, and New Jersey got on the scene, and New Jersey was like garage style house. When it was before UKG became what it was.
Yeah.
And speed garage became what it was. Garage music was predominantly from a place called Paradise Garage.
Yeah.
In New York or New Jersey, and that's where the garage got its name, from that nightclub. Same with house music, and a place called the Warehouse.
Yeah.
In Chicago, it got its name from that, and that's where and they just shortened it to house. You just have to look into your history. But in the 90s, when they started putting more vocals, when New York started to take the music and give it an opening, an intro, an intro, a chorus, and a verse, like a song. When they started putting lyrics to it just took it on that other journey. So it's something you can just sing along to as well as dance to. So in the 90s, that's when the journey started, and that's when house music started to improve. Then in the noughties, it just became really popular, and then it just got cross-pollinated with disco, cross-pollinated with dance, because dance and house music is one and the same. For me, when somebody says dance music, that means commercial.
Yeah.
When somebody says house music, that means underground.
More underground, yeah.
Yeah. So we know the difference. You know the difference between a dance tune and a underground tune. So house music for me generally has improved so much, and you can produce it at the heart. And we'll talk about you as well.
Yeah.
You're producing now and creating music. So it's so much easier to make music now than it was in my day. You had to know how to play an instrument. Now it's almost at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Dropping samples here and there, vocal stabs. Even if you can't sing a note, you can sing a note, and they'll make you sound like you're in tune.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Yeah. Right, let's get into another track. Tell us about the next track that you want to play, another one of your favourites that we're going to have here.
I'm going to take you into church now. Now, it's not about religion for me, even though Pentecostal church is where I grew up, Christian style of worship. And I do always say, when I play sort of gospel house or anything that's uplifting, it's not about your religion as such. It's all about your inner being, your inner peace. So you could be a Buddhist, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Sikh, Christian, of course, Judaism, whatever your belief is or believe in, or whatever you choose not to believe in, everybody has someone or something that they turn to.
Yeah.
So when I play a gospel song, I always say that, so I'm going to take you to church now. And some people will say, no, don't bring religion into it. But there is.
It's just your church.
It's my church. It's my roots. It's where I come from. It's like, you never lose your roots. If you're into reggae, you're going to play something with a reggae bass line or with a reggae feel, or where you grew up is something that you'll never lose. It's always going to be embedded in you somewhere when you play. So the track I'm playing is Deep Zone, and it's called Praise Him, and in brackets, Lift Your Hands Up, featuring Sybil Jeffries. Now, she passed away in 2000 after a short brief illness, and she was a R&B artist. As a lot of R&B artists, when they can't get record deals, they are found to be wanted on like house music tunes. And Sybil Jeffries released a song from Above the Rim called For Old Time's Sake, which is in 91. But she sadly passed away, as I said, in 2020. And you can hear her vocals on this tune. So as I said before, this is Deep Zone, Praise Him, Lift Your Hands Up, featuring Sybil Jeffries, and was produced by DJ Spen. And I'll talk about DJ Spen in the next bit.
So the next question I had for you was, who are some of your favourite house DJs and producers? I think you were going to go into that naturally anyway.
Yeah, definitely up there was DJ Spen is animated. You know, he used to be part of the Basement Boys, and he's got his own record label. I did make some notes here somewhere, so I can't remember what I wrote down now, but I did make a brief note about DJ Spen. But from the top of my head, he's part of the Basement Boys, and I think they still come together from time to time to put things together. He's got his own record label, Quantized Recordings. He does his own Praise You show on when he's back in, I think it's Baltimore is where he's from, live from the States, and he also does a thing where he introduces new artists. Give new artists a break to play their music demos and what have you. He's definitely there. He's a brilliant DJ, awesome to watch, and he's just mad. He just mashes up the CDJs. He does some crazy things as well. He'll take you on a gospel journey, into a deep house journey. He'll take you on a funky journey, on a disco tip. He's just there. Then we move on to there's two DJs in one. Kenny Dope and Louis Vega.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Dope when he plays, Kenny Dope is like much more tougher. He's like, because he's the beat between him and Kenny, between him and Louis, he's the beat person.
Yeah.
Where Louis is like the rhythm person.
Yeah.
And together they make that the thing called Mass at Work. But when Kenny's on his own DJing, he's tougher than Louis.
Yeah.
Louis, Kenny will do like vocal stabs with the odd track with a full-on song, etc., etc. But he's more into the beats side of the side of house music. So his set can be a little bit tougher. If you're not into your house music and you want to hear soulful, Kenny's not your man by himself. But when he's with Louis, then the two of them together, like one will play like a sort of a soulful vibe, and then that would be Louis, and then Kenny will come in with his beats or percussive vibe, and they just make something. They just create something that sounds so good on the fly.
Yeah.
Then you've got Louis Vega. Speaks for yourself. He'll take you on that Latino journey because he's I can't remember where he's from. It's
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
And Kenny Dope.
Yeah. So they're Nuyorican as they call themselves, and that's their roots. He's got a famous uncle. Is it Tito Puente?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his.
I didn't know that was his uncle.
No, Hector Lavoe. Sorry.
Oh right.
Forgive me. Hector Lavoe is his uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'd have to. Is it Fania All Stars? I think they were in a group. His uncle's in a group called Fania All Stars.
Yeah.
So there's a rich connection there with the Latin style of music. So Louis will go take you on a Latin sort of tip. As he does now, he does a fusion of disco as well, a fusion of soul and soulful. You know, you got to listen to him. Sometimes he can go a bit deep, and then sometimes he can go like really soulful. He just takes you on that journey that no one can explain. You just don't know what he's going to play. He's not a predictable sort of DJ.
Yeah.
And he's also quite animated. He loves playing his music. A lot of people aren't a fan of DJs twiddling the knobs and doing all the things that they do. But I had to explain to someone a while back, just going off subject slightly, that part of the reason why DJs twiddle knobs and drop the bass, and the bass is the sweet spot, it all stems from reggae.
Yeah.
That's my roots. If you ever gone to a reggae sound system, I know you have done, you'll hear when they start the record, they all start off with the tops, then they bring the mid ranges, and just as the reggae is about to drop, they turn the bass up, and then you hear the sweetness of the reggae.
Yeah.
That's where it stems from. If anybody tells you any different, they don't know the music at all. So that's where it all stems from. The roots of building a track stems from dub reggae.
Yeah.
Regardless of what anybody says. Any other DJs, you got, he used to call himself Joey N, but it's Dave Lee. He changed his name due to the thing that happened. People started to grow conscious about what happened with George Floyd. He's like a sort of disco tip. Also, I've got to play one of his tracks as well, Booker T, one of those DJs that started off like myself in the funk and soul scene, and they moved across and started producing house music, and the rest is history. Any other DJs that I like, I can't think of any. There's quite a few. British DJs. Oh yes, Ronnie Harrell. I've played alongside him 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And he's been to Leicester. He came to Leicester earlier this year with what was he on tour? He was touring with, or came up to play alongside. She done what did she do? My memory escapes me now. She did I'm in Love. Not Patrice Russian. Anyway, she was here, and he came up. Evelyn Champagne King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I played alongside him. He's a nice person to play alongside. There's so many DJs that I just can't think of that are well known that I would pay good money to see.
Yeah.
Or hear.
So, what is your favourite event outside of Leicester? Because I know you go to a lot of events. I see you at these events. Feel jealous.
Yeah. I'd say top of the list at the moment is Soul Fusion.
Oh yeah.
You've got to get yourself over there.
Yeah.
Birmingham. The next, if you haven't got yourself a ticket, the Soul Fusion is in February. I think it's 17th. It's the 3rd Saturday in February.
Yeah.
Just type in Soul Fusion and get yourself a ticket. You will enjoy it. They've opened up 2 rooms now, so they've got a room with broken beats.
Yeah.
As well now, but yeah, you will enjoy it if you like house music in its soulful and toughest form.
Yeah.
Nothing banging, nothing tinny. That's the place to go.
Yeah.
And that's at Lab 11.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does about 2 a year.
Yeah.
His first one's then, and he's doing the Soul Fusion abroad. So there's that. There's a pop-up venue that I went to once, and that was somewhere in the Docklands, Tobacco Dock.
Oh yeah.
That we went there last year, and that was good. And that was to celebrate 51, not 51. It was not 51 states. It was something to do with Hacienda 51 or something.
Yeah.
It was celebrating the Hacienda movement. Hacienda sort of brought house music to the UK. Well, yeah, I've got my own story about that, but shan't go into it. Apart from Leicester, were a little bit ahead of Hacienda. It's just that we didn't have a club that would play that kind of music.
Yeah.
So that is a venue, but as a venue that's a regular, the only thing I can think of that's local, and I say local, that's nearby, is Lab 11, and it's Soul Fusion.
Yeah. Okay. So do you want to tell us about the next track that we're going to play that you've chosen?
Well, my final track is by a Grammy nominated DJ, Booker T, and he was nominated for his remix of Soul to Soul's Back to Life. Now he's been playing like myself. He started off playing soul, reggae. I'll play a little bit, but it was funk, soul, rare groove, hip hop, and he owns his own record label. So Booker T is one of those DJs that sort of fuses American style house with, say, UKG as it was in the 90s. You can hear it in his production. You can hear the American influence and the reggae influence. It's just a cross-pollination of musical styles. So without further ado, I'd like you to play Booker T featuring Wheeler Del Toro and Kenny Berbion. I'll tell you a little story about him in a bit. A thing called Keep It Moving, Keep It Coming.
Here we go. Keep it coming. Don't let nothing stop you. It's a feel-good thing, a real good thing.
So we are here still with Paul Lewis. So he was just going to mention a few things as well that he wanted to speak about.
Yeah, Kenny Bobian. If you're not a fan, if you're a fan of his voice and you like what you've heard, just look for his back catalogue. It's so extensive. He's a gospel house singer, or gospel soul singer, or gospel singer in general, but he just brings that flavour to house music. It brings the quality. He'll take you on a journey. It takes you to a spiritual journey. It'll give you some uplifting songs. Like he'd done a song that I think the first time I heard him, I Shall Not Be Moved. It's one of those songs that's very anthemic. I've seen people lose their to it. You know what I mean? Crying their eyes out and raising their hands and just singing themselves into a stupor. But Kenny Bobian is one of those artists that I've seen live a couple of times some years ago, and he's just really good. He just knows how to work an audience when he sings. So yes.
That's amazing. So we've learnt a lot from you today. It's good to hear about your journey and like music that you like and that you've been interested in, and about Leicester as well. Mm-hmm. It's been really interesting to hear about.
There's more, but it's just it's just trying to remember. There's so much that I've seen, and there's so much that I've heard. It's just it's like a blur. You know, I talked. I've been interviewed as well by VJ for the Arts, and this interview with myself and Derek on YouTube, and we also got interviewed for the event that was featured, the exhibition that was featured at the High Cross, and I managed to play alongside for the first time in all the years I've known KMS. We've never played or appeared on a similar bill, and we played alongside each other, which was good. We did an hour set each.
Yeah.
But yes, it's been an experience to I've got to thank Leicester for cutting my teeth. It'll be 40 years in December that I've moved here.
All right.
Moved here just 2 days before Christmas. That was a journey as well. But yeah, I'm glad I'm here. I wouldn't change where I've come from to where I am now, and I'm also glad that I'm still in touch with my friends in Birmingham. I've got family and friends in Birmingham, and I've got family and friends in Leicester.
Yeah.
The friends that I've got here and the friends I've got there are crazy, and I mean that in a good way. They just know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
They go out and have a good time, cause no trouble at all. We all have a laugh if you're in Birmingham, and you come back smiling. There's never a dull moment with my friends here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a good vibe.
Yeah. Now I'm just asking you a couple of questions. Now,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this should be roll off the top of your tongue. I noticed you're releasing a few tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got any more in the pipeline?
So I've at the minute all of the tracks that I've already made have been released now. Mm-hmm. So I'm already working on more.
Yeah.
So they are going to be up and coming. They just need finishing touches on a couple of them, and then. I've got to get working hard again.
Yeah, is it you releasing an EP or just singles?
So the last ones that I released was an EP. So it's a 4-track EP that was out on Friday the 15th of September. Yeah. So there's a few tracks on there that I've played. Actually, I played one today on the show already. Temperature Rising. Okay. There's Fever, Parami, and Tribal Rhythm as well.
Okay.
So that was on the EP, and I think there's 7 tracks on there with the extended edits as well.
And are you planning to release like an album, or is it just singles for now?
Well, I would like to maybe work on an album as well, but I'd also like to be consistently releasing music as well. Yeah. So try and get some more tracks out, and then maybe start working on an album, maybe another EP or something like that.
And I take it the people that are helping you with this are pretty good, because I've seen your singing their praises. They've helped you get to where you are now.
Yeah, so I did a project with HQ Recordings. So basically I got the opportunity to I was already doing parts of music production, but I wasn't sort of making it my sound, if you know what I mean. So basically they've taught me to go more in depth with music production. So I understand it a lot more. I understand the software a lot more. Which was one of the big things. It's how do I make this do this? Well, you know what you want it to do, but you don't know how to make it do that. So so definitely I've learned a lot more about that. So I understand the software a lot more, and about sort of even the makeup of house music and stuff like that. I know sometimes you can listen to it But when you actually making it, you don't realise sort of like what sort of goes into it to make that sound and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so I've kind of like learned all of that, and obviously you're always learning as well. You always want to be better and to make better music, but I suppose that comes with experience.
And I'm guessing now that you've been heard, doors are opening for you now.
Well, I hope so.
It's early door. It's still early days.
There might be a crack. I'm hoping it's open a bit wider.
It's only in time.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's bound to hear you somewhere at some point, whether you be DJing or playing your own music, or someone playing the music for you, and it won't be long before your phone's ringing. You know, just keep at it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to try and stay consistent with it, keep working hard at it.
That's something I always wanted to do. I've always got music swimming around in my head.
Yeah.
I'm always tapping on something.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know how to get it from here.
Yeah,
to
this is it. See, I did always want to do like the music production side of it. But it just took me, obviously I was DJing already for 10 years and it's kind of took me, even though I was kind of doing bits of bobs, but I never had anything solid at the end of it, if you know what I mean. So it has took 10 years to actually getting something out there. So yeah, definitely it was definitely a goal of mine to start doing music production. Yeah. So I wanted to achieve that. So yeah, I'm happy that I've started to get music out there.
And you're not the only one. DJs, well-known DJs, the Vegas, the Kenny Dopes, and DJ Spent, and so many others. Dave Lee, they always play their own tracks in their set.
Yeah.
And if you look at the when they do a track list or their top 10 on Track Source, for instance, they've always got 2 or 3 of their own songs, because why not? If you're not singing your own praises, who else is going to sing it for you?
Yeah, you've got to vouch for yourself as well.
Yeah. Well, keep it up and good luck, and
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for in the invite.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us your socials, and also tell us, because you've got a show on Radio 2 Funky as well?
Oh yeah, maybe forgot. I was about to say I'm going home now. So yeah. I am on fortnightly. I'm thinking about doing a little advert, because I know we've talked about it before, just doing a little advert for your own show. But I am on again on Sunday, 4 o'clock till 6 in the afternoon, / evening, and the show's called House Elements.
Yeah, I always love it when I catch your show. You definitely you've got a good selection of house music, so. Yeah, I definitely love looking into that.
And I also, sorry to interrupt you, I also do a pre-record mix as well, and that's called Disco House Elements. Yeah. The name's in the tin. So I'm fusing disco with house music. Sometimes, you know what, it's hard to mix disco, because a lot of people don't realise that disco music back in the 70s, when they were playing live instruments. So as humans, timing is everything. So the drummer sets the pattern, and you play along to that pattern. And sometimes you can be slightly out, so you're working the pitch bend, or doing working the platter to make it go faster or slower, just to get it to mix. So no syncing. It's just working. Yeah. Because you'll get them. You're practicing mix or pre-practicing mix to load it up to play. And it's like, it sounds good, right? Okay, I'm ready to go now. And then when you start playing and trying to do a long mix, you'll find that the beat starts to jumble a little bit. Yeah. So it's quite hard playing disco and house music. So that's what I fuse. And occasionally I drop some broken beat, because broken beat is a thing, or Brook beat. Because broken beat and Brook is two different. They are the same. Broken is much more polished, where Brook is much more rougher around the edges, but they do the same thing. Yeah. And so I do sometimes fuse that. So when I come in here, I don't know what I'm going to play, 2 tracks, and then I just go with it. Yeah. I always bring more than I want, because at least I can play more than, I've got the selection there. And the last half an hour of the show, I just switch it to a little bit of old school, because, as much as I want to keep playing new music, people keep asking me, when am I going to play some stuff that we know? So on radio, it gives me the chance to air stuff that's not been played for a while, as well as air stuff that is new. So that's what my show's about. And then I do quarterly specials, so to do with the weather and stuff. So I've already done a quarterly special for autumn. That was autumn equinox. The next one will be Christmas time. That will be party. So that will be old school stuff that everybody knows. You know,
Yeah.
just go right. Let's go commercial with this stuff. I don't mean like pop music commercial. I mean well-known dance songs, well-known soul songs, R&B songs.
Yeah.
Everything that's going to create a vibe. That'll be around Christmas, and then after that there'll be the spring equinox. Says it for itself, and then the summer equinox. So I do 4 shows where I play old school stuff mostly throughout the show.
Yeah, that sounds good. So do you want to tell everybody your socials as well, so they know where to catch you on Instagram?
Yeah, well,
and any others?
I've got 2 Instagram pages, but the main one that I use is DJ Paul Lewis. Just search for me. You'll see a photo of me if you know what I look like. And there's another one that I use because linked to Facebook. It's called Ken Lou. That's part of my email address. And there's also Standard Paul Lewis on Facebook. Looking to change the name on that, so I may create, let's call it a mini professional page. I've seen KMS do it, so KMS, big props to you. I'm going to be knocking on your door, getting some tips from you on how you created your page, so I can keep my private stuff away.
Yeah, and just do just your DJ.
Yeah. Because on my Facebook page anyway, it's rarely personal stuff unless I want to let something out. And most of the time I'm letting stuff out. It's always about my mom. R.I.P. She's gone now. But when I'm feeling like, when I hear something musically, I'll just post it.
Yeah.
It may not be something that you like, and may not something that you expect me to play, but it's just me. You know, it's my page. And then Twitter as well, as it was called, or X, whatever it's called now, or 10, whatever Twitter's called. I'm on there as well as just DJ Paul.
Yeah.
So,
so they're
the socials.
Yeah, so they're all the places that you can find Paul Lewis. So yeah, get over there, and so you can check out as well when he's going to be on and what he's got going on. So thank you so much for coming in this evening. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll have you in again at some stage as well.
Something else to talk about?
Yeah. We'll find more to speak about, I'm sure, of house music.
And good luck once again. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you very much.
As I always say, keep that scene going. Keep your vibe alive. That's what I always said. I always end my show is, for whatever, as much as you like your old music, to keep your scene or keep your vibe going, you must always purchase, stream and download new music to keep your scene or your vibe alive. So this is where the baton gets handed over to people like yourself. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Right, I will be back with you after this short break.
Are you a small business looking to get your message heard? Why not advertise with us? We have a range of ideas that can help grow your business, cut through the social media noise, and talk directly to your audience. Contact info@radio2funky.co.uk or call us on 011 62 55 9837. Don't believe radio works? You're listening, aren't you? Got what it takes to be a presenter, or looking to gain valuable experience behind the scenes in radio? Why not join us at Radio 2 Funky? To get involved or for more information, contact info@radio2funky.co.uk or call us on 011 62 55 9837. Radio 2 Funky.
So I have got some new music coming up for you right now. So the first track that we're going to play is called Soul Trouble. It's a new track that's been released by Kevin McKay, and it's been released on his label, Glasgow Underground. So the release date on this as well was the 22nd of September. So check this one out.
words so many times. I am so troubled by the soul of mine. I've said those words so many times. I am so troubled, 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 so troubled, troubled,
So I'm liking that tune. I just want to shout out to Mickey as well. Mickey's been over in the chat box and he was saying nice tune to Paul Lewis's last track that you played, is liking that one. I'll have to get a reminder of what the name was of that. And let's have a look. The Booker T track, Keep It Coming. Yeah. So if you want to check that one out, Mickey, you can take a listen to that on Spotify or wherever you want to go to check that one out. So our next track in new music is called One Thing. So this is a new one from Kokiri and Selka. It's been released on, I think, let me have a look, Perfect Havoc, and it is out. It was released on the 22nd of September as well.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Radio 2 Funky, or visit our website radio2funky.co.uk.
So our next track that we're going to play in new music is called It Was. So this is a new one from Amin Ejin Dance. It has been released on Hot Creations. Has it? Yep, it's been released on Hot Creations. And that was also out on the 22nd of September. So check this one out. I don't think I've played a new one from Amin Ejin Dance for a little while.
never met her at all, even though I love her so. But she got love for me, oh, but she still belongs to someone else.
So that is the end of new music. I hope everyone has enjoyed all of the new music tracks. As always, I will be playing them in the mix next week. I like to take the new tracks for a test drive. So thank you to everybody that has joined me this evening. I hope you enjoyed all of the music that Paul Lewis selected as well. And thank you to Paul Lewis again for coming in. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed hearing all about Leicester and his experience being a DJ as well. So I will be back with you next week at the same time, so hopefully you'll be joining me then. Our Tree is on every Monday from 10 until 12, so make sure you're catching his show. That is United Nations of Dub. So that's another great show here on Radio 2 Funky for you to check out and listen to. I'm going to leave you with this track. It is Shut the Door. This is Todd Edwards. It's the Mass Tempo mix by Skepta and Jammer.
Original UK Rasta stepper dance. United Nations of Dub. You don't know it's a counteraction. Live and direct in the place.
United, United Nations of dub, got to be united, United Nations.